We're going to start today in a comfortable cross-legged position. And if you would like to pull the flesh of your buttocks back behind your sit bones, go ahead and do that. And then we'll start with the hands facing down on the legs. You're welcome to stay in legs up the wall if you're there. With the hands down on the legs, we're going to inhale and press down with the hands, lifting up through the spine. And you might see that that brings the shoulders up a little bit. Exhale and try to keep the spine lifted tall and just drop the shoulders down. So let's try it with the eyes closed if you can. And maybe you can get that visual of the spine going up the center, lifting up, and then everything around it releasing down. So kind of like a coat rack with a coat just draping on one of the hooks hanging down. So let's try it again. Inhale tall, lifting up through the spine. Then exhale, feeling everything just relaxing down like an empty coat. One more time. And then if you're comfortable keeping your eyes closed, I invite you to do so. We'll join the index fingers to the thumbs and just rest them on the legs wherever that's comfortable for you. And then feel the weight of the sit bones on the ground. Feeling the solidness of the bones in the legs, the feet. And then you can continue to feel the bones through that elongated spine up to the crown of the head, made up of all bones. Feeling the solidity of the body. And feeling the softness of the body. Feeling all the muscles and the tissue and the skin and the organs. Filled with mostly water. Relaxing. You can feel the floor of the pelvis relaxing and the belly walls just falling open, relaxed. And then in that softness and moving around the hardness of the bones, we can feel the breath filling into the belly, into the ribs, into the chest. With each exhale, maybe the shoulders relax down a little more. On your next exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Check in that you're not rounding your upper back at all. Just your head is coming forward. So what I find helpful to prevent that rounding is inhaling and lifting the chest to the chin and exhaling, dropping the weight of the head. You can imagine a heavy weight suspended from your forehead. Inhaling, chest up. Exhaling, chin down, coming from the forehead. And then bring the chin over to the left shoulder. And we'll send the right arm behind the back with the palm facing out, aiming the fingertips for the left waist. So if you can not have the hand on the floor, but have it all the way over by your left back ribs or so, that would be helpful. And then we're going to press the knuckle side of the hand into the back to roll that elbow back and the shoulder back, but we're going to keep the chin down and to the left. So we're really opening the shoulder and the neck here on the right side. Exhale, pressing knuckles into back, rolling elbow back, shoulder open. And then see where the inhale finds its place inside this shape. Take advantage of the shape and breathe all the way into it. You want to kind of fold the shoulder blade in toward the spine on the exhale. Bring the head back to center. Bring that right arm across the chest. Pull it in with the left hand, flexing at the wrist so your hand's like in a stop position. And then turn your head to look right. Move all the way in and all the way out. And then release the arms, bring the head center. Just feel the breath. Exhaling, dropping the chin. And then bringing the chin over to the right shoulder. Place the left hand behind the back with the palm facing out. If you can bring the hand all the way over to the waist, that's great. If not, wherever it is, it's perfect. And then as you exhale, press the back side of that left hand into your back and roll the elbow back toward the wall behind you. Keep your chin to the right. Breathe up into those left ribs, left chest, left shoulder. And then when you exhale, maybe press and move the elbow back a little more. Letting that shoulder blade move in toward the spine. See where you feel the breath. Bring as much in as you can, maximizing the relaxation of the exhale. And then bring your head back to center. Release your left arm. Bring it across your chest, flexing at the wrist. Pull the arm toward you with your right hand and look over your left shoulder. See where you feel the breath now. Maybe that area that was folded in, and the upper back and then the shoulder blade feels a little more spacious. Release the arms. Bring the head back to center. Roll the shoulders. Beautiful. Relax and just make a mental note of how your legs are crossed, which one is in front or on top of the other. We're going to come back to it later in the class. And for now, we're going to just release the legs and shake them out. If your knees feel stiff and you want to rub them, that can be helpful. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring the heels together, and they're going to be far enough away from us so that there's a square inside the legs. So we're not doing this pose. We're bringing them away and we're flexing the feet if possible. If you need to have something under your sit bones, that's fine as well. And then we'll inhale and reach up. And then exhale and bend over, letting the hands find a place to rest, letting the head rest, and then feeling the heaviness of the arm bones. Just letting go of those arm bones. If the elbows are straight, see if they can have a slight bend. Any amount that the elbows bend so that they're not rigid, there's some give. And then feel the breath streaming up your spine from the bottom to the top. And with the intention to breathe from bottom to top, just see where the breath is actually manifesting inside this shape. Where do you feel the stretch of the inhale? Where do you feel the release of the exhale? As you exhale, you can draw your lower belly in toward your spine. And again, check in with the arms, see if there's any tension, see if there could possibly be a little more give in the arms, a little more letting go. See if the head could perhaps fall forward a little bit more. See if the weight of the torso is being held up at all, if not by your hands, by your will. And when you exhale, just let the weight of the bones be heavy and sink down. And then when you inhale, feel the softness of everything else that's not bones. And then bring the hands in, roll yourself up, reach up, inhale, and exhale down. Now bring the feet in as best as you can. If you're having trouble with your knee and you can't bring them in all the way, you're welcome to come out like this instead. So if you're in the butterfly with me, let's start by just fluttering the knees, just warming up the hips a little bit. And let it relax. And we'll bring the left hand across to the right shin, just above the ankle. And then inhale the right arm up. And then exhale, lean over to the left. So if you're in this version, your hand will come to the outside of your thigh and it'll look like this. Maybe roll your gaze up and to the right. Really feel like the breath is helping you reach out through the fingertips. Like the inhale is traveling up the side, extending through the arm and pressing the fingertips longer. Wait for your next inhale to bring yourself up. Exhale the arm down. And bring that right hand over to the left leg. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale over to the right. Roll your gaze up if you can. Breathe long and stretch long. Reach out of your fingertips. And use your next inhale to lift up. Exhale, release down. Release the legs again. Let's point and flex the feet. And when you flex, see if your knees try to bend and try not to bend your knees. And then circle the feet around at the ankles. And reverse. And relax the feet. And then find your way onto hands and knees. We're going to line the hands up right under the shoulders. You're welcome to come onto fists if your hands are happier that way. The knees will be under the hips. And then we're going to really feel the heaviness of the arm bones here. Really feel the bones sinking down into the ground. And feel the leg bones sinking down. You want to use this as an opportunity to really check in with your table. So if your knees are too close to your hands or too far away from your hands, you won't really be able to feel that vertical sinking down. You really want to line up the joints perfectly so that the bones are really supporting us here in our table. And then we're going to come into cat and cow. So on the exhale, the tailbone is going to curl under. The rippling is going to go all the way up through the spine till the head drops down. And then the inhale also starts at the tailbone and ripples up one vertebra at a time. So it's not one movement, it's a continuous movement. Starting with the tail, ending with the head. Let the breath set the pace, taking all the time you need to complete the breath. And then we'll make our way back to neutral spine. And take your gaze straight down to the floor, right below your eyes. And then send your left leg back. If you can lift it into the air, lift it into the air. If that's too hard for you today, then you can just curl your toes under and rest the leg like that. And then if you can also lift your right arm forward, lift your right arm forward. You feel the buoyancy that comes with the inhale. And then bend that left leg, reach your right hand back for your foot. If you don't reach, just fake it. Just bend and reach. And then if you're holding on, kick the foot up and back. Take your gaze up to the sky. Maintain the pressure of the foot kicking back and up. And then release that left leg down, but release it over to the right. So we're going to cross the leg behind us. And you can have the toes curled under and rest on the foot that way. So it's the left leg back behind you to the right. Mm-hmm. And then your weight will come into your left hand. Let's bring the right hand to the hip. Inhale up into the chest. And then exhale, turn your chest to the right. And then send the right arm up. That's it. And then slow, long breath. Feel the breath moving through the posture. Squeeze the inner thighs together. See if you can rotate a little more. Beautiful. Bring the hand down. Bring the left knee back. Both hands under both shoulders. Back into your table. And then we'll do the alternate arm and leg balance on the other side. Send the right leg back. Gazing straight down at the ground. Send the left arm forward if you can. If you can't, just do the leg or just do the arm and have the toes curled under on the ground. Modifications are always an option. Steady, slow breathing. And then bend that right leg, reach the left hand back for the right foot. And then kick the foot up and back. Take your gaze up. Even if you don't reach your foot, just reach back toward your foot. We'll release that left hand down and send that right foot over to the left behind you. Let's bring weight into the right hand and start with the left hand on the left hip. And then as you roll the shoulder back, rotate the chest to the left. Take your gaze up, float your arm up. Slowly breathing in, slowly breathing out. And then release the arm down, bring the right knee back, and just shake the hips a little bit from side to side. Feel the spine moving, and maybe moving around in circles. Letting the head rotate in circles, letting the spine and the hips go in circles. And the other way. And back to center. Now we're going to take the knees out to the side. You can also just do it with one knee. So if you're on a surface where you could slide one knee away, that would work. Or take both knees out to the side. So you want to have your knees in line with your hips and then your ankles in line with your knees. So you don't want to be behind your knees or in front of your knees, but have your pelvis right in the center of your both knees. And then your feet are in line with your knees so that you're in a frog kind of position. And then you want to go as low as you can. If you can come down onto your elbows, do that. If you can come onto your chest, do that. And if you can rest your forehead on your stacked hands, do that. The idea here is to focus so much on the breath that you're not feeling any resistance to the sensations in the body. They're in the background. You're just breathing. And with each exhale, letting go a little more. And then hands to the ground, push yourself up, bring the knees in. Have the knees hip width apart. Place the hands shoulder width apart in front of the shoulders, no longer under the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Curl the toes under. Take a breath in. And then when you exhale, push forward into the hands, lift the knees. Press your hips back and try to fold your upper body onto your lower body. As you press forward into all 10 fingers, see if you can feel the spaces between the vertebrae lengthening, sending your hips back, press your thighs back, press your heels down, and roll the shoulders down the back. And then really press into the fingers. See if that can shift the weight from the hands to the feet. Let your head drop down. Let your ribs drop down. Let your attention drop into your breath. And then we'll walk the feet forward with soft knees and the chin tucked. Roll yourself all the way up to standing. Reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale the arms down. And then inhale the arms up again. Bend the left elbow, bringing the left hand onto the upper back. Bring the right hand onto the elbow and pull that left elbow over to the right. And then press down on the elbow, sending the hand further down your back, even just the tiniest bit. Bring breath into it, bring presence into it. And then switch the arms. Left hand on right elbow. First, bring the elbow a little bit over to the left and then press it down. Deep, slow breath. And then reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, send the left arm down. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And then exhale, send your hips to the right. Slide your left hand down your leg. Reach the right arm overhead. Roll your gaze up and to the right. Good. And then push down into your right foot and lift the heel of your left foot. Feel where the breath is. See if you can fill up even more space. Maybe sinking down a little more as you exhale. Soft flesh, heavy bones. Good. Inhale up, bring that left hand to the inside of your left leg. Take a breath in. And then exhale, slide your left hand down the inside of your leg. all the way toward your ankle. Doesn't matter if you can't get that far, go as far as you can. And then take your gaze up toward your right thumb, coming into a standing twist, Rishi's pose. And you can press your left hand to the inside of your left leg or foot to help bring your left ribs under you some more and deepen that twist. When you inhale, reach up through the right fingers. Beautiful. Release the right hand down. Soften the knees, tuck the chin, roll yourself up. Reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale the right hand down. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, send your hips to the left, your head and arm to the right, your gaze to the left. Good. See if you can straighten your arm and reach out of those fingers. And then push down through the bones of your left foot. And then lift the right heel if you can. So if the only way you can lift the heel is to bend the knee, then you don't need to lift the heel. Full long breath. See where it's hard to breathe and breathe there anyway. And inhale that left arm up, and then bring the right hand to the inside of the right thigh, and then slide it down the inside. Keeping that left arm up, turn your gaze up, and on an exhale, maybe press that right hand to the inner right leg, rolling your ribs under you. Where can your body find space to breathe? And release the left arm down, soften the knees, tuck the chin, roll yourself up, reach all the way up, inhale. Exhale the arms down. Let's just stand for a moment. Turn the palms forward. If the eyes can close, please do so. Feel the feet on the ground. Feel the bones in the leg heavy. Bones in the pelvis sinking down. The bones of the spine reaching up so that there's a halfway point above which everything lifts and below which everything drops. See if you can identify that halfway point in your own body. See if you can keep your attention on your breath now. Feel the breath filling into those soft places. When you exhale, feeling those soft places melting down around the heart bones. Stay with your breath and just let your eyes gently open to find a spot in front of you. So I'm going to give you some options. We'll bring the weight into the left leg. If your balance is challenged today, then maybe you want to just do a simple tree pose or a modified tree pose with even with the toes on the ground, the hands wherever they're helping you balance best, or you can come and bring that right hand around the right foot, the left hand around the foot as well, rolling the shoulders back and kicking the foot back. So we're standing on our left leg, looking at a spot in front of us, focusing on the breath. Either just lifting the foot or kicking it back. Even if both hands don't come around the foot, reach both back. Breathing into the chest. And release down. Close the eyes. Feel the breathing. Feel the feet sinking. The heart moving. Open the eyes softly, letting weight shift into your right leg. So maybe you're just going to try a tree pose or a modified tree pose. Or you'll take your left hand to your left foot and your right hand around that foot if it reaches. If not, just reach the right hand back. And then we're going to kick that foot back and roll the shoulders back and really breathe into the chest. Inhale slow. Exhale slow. Kicking back so you're really opening your heart. Keeping your eyes fixed. Beautiful. And release down. Just feeling the legs on the ground again. Solidness, the stability. Feeling the breath. And then let's step the left foot back. So it's not going to go all the way back. It's just about 2/3 of the way back. Bring the hands on the hips. Inhale and lift the heart. Keep both legs straight. And then exhale and fold forward. Have the elbows reach up toward the sky. Let the head relax down toward the ground. And then you can go ahead and release your arms down if you want, or you can leave them on your hips. If you're flexible enough that your hands come to the ground, don't let any weight be in your hands. Just let the hands rest. And keep pulling that right hip back. Breathe long and slow and pull the lower belly in and up as you exhale. And you can let the front knee bend to lift yourself up. Back leg stays straight, front knee is bent. And then just lean your hips forward. Tuck your tailbone under. Keep that left leg nice and straight. Press down into your left foot. And then really just tucking the tailbone, getting that stretch through the left hip flexor. Breathing into the heart. And then step up. And we'll do the other side. Step the right foot back, not all the way. Both legs straight. We'll start with straight legs. We'll start with the hands on the hips. And then take a breath in. And then exhale and fold forward. You can use your eyes to keep your balance. Keep going. And then reach the elbows up toward the sky. Drop your head down. And then you can let your arms hang down. Pull your left hip back. Inhale, slow and long. Exhale, slow and long. Pull the lower belly in and up. And then let the front knee bend. Bring yourself up. Bring your hands back to your hips if they're not still there. And then that right leg is super straight. The left knee is bent. And we're just going to lean the hips forward as far as they'll go and tuck the tailbone under. And then breathe into the heart. Actively pressing the tailbone under. Beautiful. Step the right foot forward. Tuck your chin to your chest. Release your arms. Bend your knees. And roll all the way down. Coming to sit on your buttocks. We're going to cross our legs and we're going to sit or come into easy pose with the opposite leg in front from what you did before. And if you have forgotten, then just do whatever feels less natural to do. We're going to do a breathing exercise. So the hands will be on the legs. Index fingers to thumbs, resting on the legs. And then we're going to do 3 inhales, like 3 sniffs, and then exhale, head to the left, head to the right. Back to center, 3 inhales. Exhale, head to the left, head to the right, the whole time while you're exhaling. And then head center, 3 inhales. Exhale, 1 exhale takes the head to the left and to the right. So you have to stretch that breath out. Good. Continue at your own pace. Your gaze is at your third eye, the point between your brows. One more round. Back to center. Release your legs forward. Straight legs, flexed feet. Inhale, arms up. Take hold of opposite elbows. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, fold forward. Press out through the heels, down through the thighs. Pull in through the toes. Inhale, reach your elbows toward your feet. Exhale, bring your belly toward your spine. Drop your head. Inhale, thighs press down, elbows reach out. Exhale, belly in. Continue like that. Pull your toes toward your forehead. And then lift yourself up, reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale down. Bend your knees and lower onto your back. Lift your hips to tuck your tailbone, lower right back down. Release your legs and shake them out. If you're using an eye pillow, you can place that on your eyes. And let your arms rest out away from your body with the palms facing up. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Release the weight of the body into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the weight of the jaw. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Releasing the activity of the mind. Turning your attention so fully to the feel of your breath. There's no room for anything else in the mind. And we'll let go of the breath and just allow the breath to happen on its own. Just letting the mind rest in the movement of the breath, however slight, however big, however fast, however slow. Just let the breath do its thing and just feel it. And if the mind wanders off into thought or anything else, the moment you see that, great. And you have the ability to bring your mind back to your breath. And we can just start again every time. Deeply relaxed. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move the fingers and the toes. Reach your arms over your head. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest. And rock gently from side to side. Feeling the ground massaging your back. And then come center. Rub the soles of the feet together and the palms of the hands together. Roll to one side. Rest your head on your underside arm. Rest your body on the ground. Feeling the heaviness of the bones sinking down. But that same heaviness below you providing support. And feel all the softness in and around the bones. Feeling the softness being moved by your breath. And then when you're ready, you can gently lift yourself up to sitting. Coming into any comfortable seated position. Sinking down through the sit bones. Lifting tall to the crown of the head. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.